I'm gonna tell you like my grandma told me. It's because we like ourselves. It's because we like ourselves. They cannot do anything to us to take away our joy. They can't do anything to us to take away our confidence. They can't do anything to us that makes us feel like we're not going to make it through. We know we're going to make it through because our ancestors did. Anything that you could do to a group of people have been done to us. And because we know that, because we know our ancestors survived much worse, we know that we can. They sang during the worst of times, so we can sing now. They laughed during that, we can laugh now. We like ourselves. And that's, if other groups of people, if they had to go through what we go through, they would not make it. And they know that. So they don't understand why we do. They don't understand how we can still laugh through all of this pain and turmoil. All the jokes that we made about how every day the world's falling apart, and here we are skating and double dutch and playing spades and line dancing and having a good time. They don't understand how that's happening. You see the farmers out there in Kentucky or Nebraska, wherever, they are having a horrible time, and their suicide rates are 3 times the national average right now. Because they can't take it. They cannot take what we can take. Not only can we take it, not only can we endure, we can also be happy while we're doing it. We can find joy while we're doing it. That's why Black people always will be like, we don't take anything seriously. Or we make a joke out of everything. In every situation we make a joke because we know how to have joy. We figured out that life is about having fun. And people will look at that and they hate it. They hate it. They say that we're lazy. They say that we are, uneducated and stupid and everything, childish, immature. But the truth is they're jealous. They're jealous because if what had happened to us happened to them, they would not be as happy as we are. They would not have figured out a way to still have joy. And they hate us for it. They hate us that they cannot do anything to us to rob us of that joy. And you know why? It's because they didn't give it to us. So they can't take it away.
I just seen a little piece of Deontay Kyle saying that FBA Blck Americans really just need to love themselves a little more, which is so fucking true, because you would not believe how many fucking comments I get about my beads being childish, or I'm too old for that, or somebody will give me a backhand compliment like, it look nice, but the click clacking to drive me crazy. Da, da, da. It's not my fault you're not strong as me. It's not my fault you're not as secure as me. If I was hanging with bum bitches like I used to back in the day, if I was hanging with bum bitches, insecure hoes, and my friend group was some weak bitches, I'd have never did this to my hair. Never. Because, they'd have talked about it. And I remember when I was going through my going natural stage, about 15 years ago, and my hair was really short and I didn't have any hair in the back, and one of my homegirls was like, yeah, them niggas said you look like, what is that nigga name? Oh my God. They said I look like a young rapper from back in the day. Oh my goodness, I can't think of the name to save my life. But she told me what other motherfuckers said about me, and she laughed at it while she was telling me, like, nigga, bitch, you not my friend. Like, even if my friend doesn't like my hair, like I was talking to my homeboy yesterday and I was like, yeah, I got this bead bob in. He was like, girl, I seen that bead bob. I cracked up. He didn't say it was ugly. He didn't say he didn't like it. He didn't say none of that shit. He was like, girl, yeah, you just crazy. I'll ride with that. If you're not secure, you can't wear this in your hair. Oh, and if you ain't got nigga hair, you can't wear this in your hair either. So melanated people, Asians, pretendians, all of that, y'all hair ain't strong enough for this. That's why y'all can't do it. That's why y'all hate to see it when I walk past, because your hair can't handle 12 beads on it. Different sizes, different shapes, stars, hearts, love, all of that shit is up in my hair. Bitch, my hair is full of hearts, stars, and love. How the fuck you think I'm gonna let you make me feel bad? Go get a fucking life. Don't listen to these dumbass people. Love yourself, people. If you love yourself, the world will love you too. Cause every time I step outside, bitch, I feel like a royal motherfucking supermodel, bitch. I be walking through this motherfucking, I'm 120, nope. I'm 134, maybe 40 pounds. Bitch, you can't tell me I ain't no big bitch. I be walking through this bitch like I'm a big bitch and people get out my way. Love yourself a little more.
I saw this video of this young lady talking about the genocide that's going on in Congo, and she was just going on. She's like, where's our solidarity? Where is our support? Where is our activism? Where's our allies? And I felt her, but my question is, where are the fellow Africans? Because Congo is just one country in the continent of Africa that's surrounded by other countries, that's surrounded by other continents that also have black populations, because y'all love to let us know that black people are everywhere like we didn't fucking know that already. So while there's genocide going on in Congo and Gaza, they over in Nigeria and shit having these lavish ass weddings, getting showered in money and luxury, but be having so much to fucking say about how black Americans don't give a fuck about each other and how we do each other to excuse their unprovoked hate and disrespect towards us. He's so ununified and all these whitewash stereotypes when we the ones that motherfucking forefronted the movements to help bring worldwide attention to the shit that was going on in Congo and Gaza and Palestine. Where the fuck was y'all during the civil rights movement? Right is right, wrong is wrong. Genocide is fucking wrong no matter what the fuck is going on in the world type shit. That's a question that you should have for each other and the rest of the fucking diaspora, because we do our goddamn part. Instead of being upset and making rage bait towards black African Americans, why not take a break and use your platforms to advocate and help bring attention to fucking Congo? The black Brits worried about the motherfucking black Americans and black Scottish getting along, trying to cause further division within the black community, within the fucking diaspora, when they can be motherfucking bringing attention to Congo and shit that's going on over there across the water. Like I said, us as black Americans do our motherfucking part. I just saw Mark Lamont Hill talk about how some of his motherfucking colleagues have lost their lives from reporting on what's going on in places like Gaza and Congo and shit like that. But y'all hate black Americans so motherfucking much, but love everything we do, that y'all can't help but to fucking watch just so y'all can talk shit because y'all too prideful to ever give us our props. Cause the same shit y'all try to condemn us for, y'all do. When George Floyd was unalive, our entire nation rallied in the motherfucking streets behind him, to the point other countries began protesting and shit. That's the type of motherfucking influence that we have. But y'all got literal genocide going on in y'all backyard, but worried about black Americans and Scots getting along, or us not liking Tyler. Like, her message may have not been directed towards black Americans, but I kind of feel like it was, because we have the biggest social media presence and garnish the most results. When we talk, people listen. We literally saw this app go to... Shut up! My bad, but we literally saw this app crash in less than 24 hours without us. Like, they went from celebrating that we was finna get off the app to grieving us being gone to celebrating that we fucking came back. Y'all know what the fuck going on, and that's why y'all really hate us, because y'all think that black Americans think that they all that, when it's like the proof is in the fucking pudding. Like, the truth could never be a diss. But yeah, stop trying to use black on black crime as a dig to motherfucking black Americans when there's literal genocide going on within Africa, and there's African countries that's not doing shit about it. When I say nothing about it, I mean standing in solidarity and advocating for the people. But yeah, y'all be blessed though. Mind you, Africa is 3 times the size of the US. I ain't saying motherfuckers shouldn't support and stand in solidarity outside of Africa, but y'all shouldn't have to look outside of fucking Africa. That bitch so motherfucking big, and they got so many motherfuckers in that bitch. Like, y'all should have all the goddamn support y'all need. But because y'all fucking don't, says a lot. But motherfuckers always got something to say about black American when we supposedly is the smallest fucking population.
Sometimes I just sit in an empty room and I just think to myself, like, damn, I love being black. Like, if I had an opportunity to do it all over again, I would be black again. I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah, I just love that shit. Blackness is so rich and full, diverse and bold, resilient, powerful. I mean, straight up, being black is a stat. I love every part about being black. I love our complications, our faults. I love our creativity, our ingenuity. Shit, I even love our ignorance. There's a lot learned in the dark. I owe a lot of who I am to the fact that I was able to be Black in this life. And yeah, a lot of it was hard, but I feel special to be able to solve them with these people. And you know, I appreciate other races. I think that every race has its strength. And I'm sure there's someone just like me, you know, in your groups that feels the same way. But I just know that for me, I will always have preference for this group. The core of me resonates with it. Yeah, man, I mean, that's it. Like, I love being Black. That's why I made my TikTok screen name Black as Heaven. Because to me, if there be a heaven, it would have to be Black. Anyway, y'all stay blessed.
Have you noticed when you like being Black American, ethnic Black American, like other weird Black people get mad at you for liking it? Like, I'm sorry, I like who I am and you don't. It's not my problem. Other groups are like that too. They be getting upset. It's like, I like being Black. Sorry that bothers you.
At least once a week, someone will ask me if I'm Dominican, although I would love to be. I am not. I am an African American woman. I know Dominican, I'm Black. They're Black too, but I'm American Black. Okay?
If you are a Black American, I need you to respond to me and tell me how the fuck do we center ourselves? What are we doing that's us centering ourselves? Because I just got a comment where somebody else from the diaspora, I don't know where they from, it's probably a Black Brit, because it was underneath a Black Brit's video. They're like, oh, well, how do you think other people feel? You all are always centering yourselves. How? What do we do to censor ourselves? They're mad that we fucking call a thing a thing. If you are talking like me, if you are dressing like me, if you are acting like me, if you are using my fucking vernacular, if you using my slang, if you making music and creating art like me, what the fuck? I'm censoring myself because I'm calling that out? If you're using majority of the things around your house globally was invented by a Black American person. It literally kills people to admit this. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what it is, but nobody will ever take their funky ass to Asia and use chopsticks and say, I created chopsticks. Or get mad when Asian people say, yeah, chopsticks is a part of our culture. They don't do that shit to nobody else. What is it? How are we centering ourselves? I'm so annoyed because I got a tan, but why do I only have a tan line right here? Like, I went out with a t-shirt, but why is it just here and like not here? It's just like, anyways, answer me, Black Americans. How are we centering ourselves? What are we doing? Why the fuck is everybody so mad? I'm really confused. I know it's because we lit. But even with us being lit, we've always welcomed everybody. We literally was sharing our culture. We allowed anybody with this type of melanin to take part in what we do and what we accomplish and how we are. But now we're seeing that we can't do that no more. Spread love and super coin.
And another thing, I was on a different platform. I was scrolling, right? And there's this woman, and she was on there, and she was saying that she loves being Black, and she would never be anything other than Black. And even if you went back to Civil War, slavery times, she would, and she had a choice, she would still be Black. And when I tell you that there were people in her comments having an absolute conniption fit, because how dare she would not want to be anything other than Black. Mind you, she wasn't disrespecting or saying anything negative about other cultures or races or anything like that. She was just saying, I love being Black, and there's nothing that could happen that would make me ever want to be anything. Like, you for real gotta screw loose, or just something. You need to really do like some soul searching, some introspection, and ask yourself why a Black person loving themselves is so threatening to you. could it be that if the people who you believe to be inferior don't also see themselves as inferior, it threatens the narrative that you have in your head that allows for you to engage in behaviors that are otherwise unacceptable? But I'm also going to co-sign, same. I'd never be anything other than black. I love being black. Like, get out of here.
Your history, it's not in your chains. It is in your strength. Enjoy the masterpiece that you see in the mirror, not the mistakes. Because the most radical thing that you can do is to love your own reflection. And I'm not telling you this because I read it in a book. I'm telling you this because I had to learn to love myself, my own reflection. Everything that you see, I love, I embrace, because it is a masterpiece. You are a masterpiece, and you don't need anyone approval or validation to let you know that you are a masterpiece. I am just reminding you that you are a masterpiece. So treat yourself like you are a masterpiece. May God bless you, and don't forget to pray.
We are designating us as Black Americans as foundational Black Americans because we are a distinct ethnic group.
Yeah.
That's not to diss anybody. That's not to be divisive, because when we start talking about our ethnic background,
That's right.
people want to say that it's divisive. No, every group has a background and a tribe and an ethnicity that they understand. Even if they're black people in the Caribbean, they look at themselves as a distinct group.
Exactly.
In Africa, they have so many different ethnic groups that Igbo, Ashanti, all of these different tribal groups that we respect.
Come on.
Now, foundational Black Americans, which is us, we've been told that we should not have a separate identity because everybody's supposed to get something off of us, which is what slavery was about. The whole thing about slavery was us working and everybody benefiting off of our work.
That's right.
And one more thing before I go to bed. Y'all keep talking about y'all don't want to go to Africa because Africans don't even like us. Look how they talk about us. Look how they talk about us on social media. Look how we talk about them. We don't even like them. Let's be honest. When an African immigrant came to your school, and elementary, middle school, and high school, what happened? Crickets. What happened? Y'all used to bully them. Y'all used to call them African booty. And then somebody, when I said that in my comments, somebody was like, oh, we call black people African too, right? No, y'all call dark-skinned black people African scratchers because y'all associate dark-skinned people as being African. Like, I don't know how to explain it. If you get it, you get it. You don't, you don't. So, y'all just weird. Like, that's all I gotta say. Y'all just weird. Like, y'all hate yourselves. Y'all hate your own continent. Like, it don't even matter. Y'all are weird. And y'all gonna see. Y'all love these white people so bad, but y'all gonna see.
One thing I will always laugh at in the grand scheme of black culture, Black American culture, is that we cousins. Them peoples, they ain't cousins. And it's their fault that we cousins, though. You know what I mean? Because slavery, slave code, Jim Crow, the laws that have been put in place then and now created a necessity for us to create community with each other, to create how we move in the world, and certain nuances that they will never understand, right? And it's interesting because you can take a black person from Charlotte, put them in Compton, they'll understand each other. There'll be a little bit of a language barrier. There are going to be certain nuances that are very different, but they will understand each other because they are cousins. Same thing, somebody from the Midwest, and you put them here in New York, different nuances, right? But we cousins. We cousins. Now, you can't do that with them people. You can't take one of them from the Midwest and put them in New York. And I don't mean black New York, Latino New York. I mean regular ass white New York, right? You can't put them in Howard Beach, right? You can't put them on the Upper East Side because they don't understand each other. They're not cousins. They're not cousins. They look at each other differently, right? You can't take somebody from like Beverly Hills and put them in, you know, in Cincinnati and expect them to fully understand each other. They're not, because they're not cousins. We are cousins. We understand. And a lot of it is because of how we descended from slaves. And from migrants, from the Great Migration. It is very important to remember the nuances in there, right? Listen, them people ain't got cousins. They is not cousins, all right? But we are cousins. And that's why, like, you know, even if I'm beefing with one of my cousins, or I see my cousin beefing, I'm like, that's cool, that's fine. Just make sure y'all understand this is a kitchen conversation and not a living room conversation, and damn sure it better not be on the front porch. If it's on the front porch, I'm getting the broom.
Truth is, Black Americans love themselves so much that they make we who are not Black Americans envious of them. Right? The way they carry themselves, the way they talk, the way they are bold, and the way they embody this blackness. Honestly, it's so beautiful to see that sometimes I'm just angry. I'm like, why am I not Black? Why am I not Black? Because they are super proud of who they are and they love themselves. You guys, I'm taking notes. Like, in any race like that, do we have ethnic groups like Black Americans? Honestly. You guys are always worried. Why is it that everybody wants to be like us? Everybody wants to be like us. You are the ones who are making everybody wants to be like you. I must tell you that. And you have to stop it right now. What the? You all make being Black amazing. To be honest, like, I've never loved being Black so much. Anyways, they'll say I'm not Black, right? Because I'm African. But the thing is, I've never loved being like this race until I saw Black Americans, or I met this set of people on internet, Black Americans. You guys make me want to be Black American. And if there's anything like a next world or a next lifetime, trust me, I'm going to be Black American, because you guys always put this thing to my face. Who the heck do you think you are? Who the fuck do you think you are? And all of that. We're jealous. We are extremely jealous. The way you guys love yourself, the way you love yourself is out of this world. What? And I like the community. Black Americans support themselves so much. That aspect is also aspect that people don't really talk about. But I've gone to their groups so much. I've been in the midst of them. I've not been to America before, but I've been in the midst of them here in Africa. And I see how they love themselves. Like, they want to do the whole cookout. They want to do the whole birthday. They are so graceful. I'm Black American. Don't worry, I'm Black American.